Hey guys, we're going to be going back to the Octomammoth for the 15 turn clear mission. I'm pretty sure I figured out a party that can do it. So we're going to be using Veritas of the Waters to provoke the damage over time, re-raise herself every turn, and then absorb that 800% imperil and all the water damage. The rest of the party is wearing 100% water resist for the AoE. We're going to be doing whips on everyone, including the Tituses. Hawkeye and Renoa will be capping with their dark support, and then dark whip support with Ashura Fina. So this is going to be a 15 turn clear, assuming everything works according to plan. So every turn from Phoenix, we self re-raise Water Veritas. So we're going to LB Ashura Fina. We're going to Diablo's Field. Hawkeye is going to imperil and break everything, target the big body. And we're going to chain Titus pretty much every single turn because they can't use their LB because it's water element. Give this a finish. But we can chain Titus every turn and deal decent damage. Well, we're going to be capping that chain with Renoa and Hawkeye during the fight. Okay, so now we are going to shift Renoa and do her shifted LB to modifier boost for Apocalypse. Let's go ahead and summon the Ashura field. We have 2 fields active. Reload you. Unfortunately, Hawkeye really can't do anything while we're waiting on his cooldowns. So we're just going to hang out and wait. Re-raise Water Veritas again. And chain this up. So yeah, the damage is a little bit low in the beginning. Once we get all our buffs online, starting from turn 4, damage will be much improved. So there's the single target physical that kills our Water Veritas and also gets rid of the damage over time by killing and re-raising her. And then all the follow-up damage is absorbed, which is awesome. Okay, let's go into the base form with Hawkeye and do his base form LB. That's going to put up Dagger and Peril and all that. Let's imbue Hawkeye and do some mana regen with Fina. Let's do quad Apocalypse with Renoa, which is Cancer to try to chain, but we are going to do the best we can. And we're going to do the cooldown skill with Titus. Now that is AoE chaining, which we don't really want to kill the tentacles, but we're only going to AoE chain when his cooldown is available. We're not going to kill the tentacles before the body. Okay, so for Apocalypse, we send it after the screen flashes white. Like a moment later, we send the Stardust Ray Chainers, and that should cap all 4 of them. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Perfectly done. And re-raise our Water Veritas. Okay, and that is basically phase 1. We're going to just repeat this for the moment. Now we've got the SLB of Dark Fina, which is going to boost our damage a large amount. Very good damage boost now with this. Back to the shift form with Hawkeye. He can use his skill to his crowned ability to cap next turn. Now that we have all the modifier boosts stacked up for it. Alright, so let's go ahead and do some chaining here. Hawkeye can just imperil again, re-raise you. And, okay, so we're going to try to cap Apocalypse properly again. So wait for the screen to flash white, and then just a split moment later, we're going to send our Stardust Ray Chainers, and 1, 2, 3, 4, properly capped. Okay, so 75% already. Now the first few turns were set up, so that damage isn't really good. I think we're on track for a kill at this point, and I'll show you the gear and all towards the end of the video. But okay, so now let's use Dark Fina to re-imbue and mana regen. That's going to give us Dark Imbue for Hawkeye, who can cap. Re-raise you, and and we're going to do Apocalypse again. So this is going to be a little trickier to chain. We've got to cap Hawkeye as well. So, wait. As soon as the screen flashes white. And then a moment later, we send Hawkeye, who should cap as well in there somewhere. I think I was a little bit slow. No, we were okay. 65-point chain is proper, because it's 59 plus 4 plus 2, which is, exactly. So, okay, so now it's turn 6. We are back in the base form with Renoa. So we're going to go ahead and summon Diablos to reapply the field. So it's up for the rest of the fight. Let's re-raise you. Let's do some AoE chaining with you. And notice the boss has 0 dark resist at this point because Hawkeye's crowned Dark Imperil is currently active. So Dark Fina, not much for you to do. Alright, let's go ahead and chain this up again. And if we get some crystals, we can actually summon Ashura again. Didn't quite get it, that's okay. We'll just use Fina to do whatever. Alright, so let me think. 4, 5, 6, 7, and then 8. Yeah, we're good. So it's a little tricky keeping track of all these buffs, but whatever. Alright, let's go ahead and use the field of Ashura. Yeah, so it's still up for the rest of the fight. Hawkeye, 2 turns until your skill is ready. Let's go to the base form and LB so that we can get his modifier boost going. We're going to chain with Titus. We're definitely on track for the win at this point, because remember, the first 3 turns were kind of dead turns. They didn't really count for damage because we were setting up. Let's go ahead and aura a few times to get Renoa's LB good for later in the fight. Let's see. I'm going to re-raise you, and let's chain it up. Okay. So, in Phase 2, the boss stops doing that non-elemental attack, so at this point, Water Viritus is literally invulnerable. The damage is 100% water, with enormous imperils, as you can see. He didn't do it yet, he can do it next turn. The big imperil. Yeah, the rest of the fight, the boss will be doing enormous water imperils, but we're absorbing it, so we do not care. Let's go ahead and do this. Turn 8, our skill is not ready. Let's SLBU. We can't quite shift our Renoa. Nothing to really do with Renoa. We can normal attack. I don't want to use her LB. I want to use the LB, and actually, we can Magnus next turn. Let's go ahead and LB just for some bonus damage here, because why not? Yeah, okay, so we're going to chain this up, and we're going to base form LB Renoa. Yeah, so let's build the chain a little bit, send Renoa, which is a tag chain, just for some bonus damage here. Whatever. And then re-raise you. There's really no point to re-raise Water Viritus anymore. We could use things like elixirs or something if we need it, because, like I said, the boss is pure water damage, and as you can see, enormous in peril, which would usually be a problem. You'd have to cover it with a tank, but doing it this way is pretty fine. So Hawkeye, okay, your cooldown is ready, so we're in the shift form. We're going to, how's the Dark Imperil? 4 turns? Yeah, so we're going to cap with Hawkeye. We're going to Magnus Renoa to get her LB ready for shifting next turn, and we're going to AoE chain to get all the damages possible. I don't know if we're still imbued. We're using dark weapons on Titus, but Hawkeye is not, so we got to imbue Hawkeye. So we're going to imbue him, do some mana regen. Alright, so Hawkeye's chains, the cap is a little bit tricky as well, so let's see. So we're going to send the chainers, wait, then send Hawkeye, and I think that caps both of his hits. Yeah, it did, perfect. And then, you could drop an elixir, but we're just going to keep re-raising because whatever, it's just a reload button. So turn 10, we're at 30%. We are definitely on track for a win at this point. Our Water Breeders is, just casually absorbing 15 million damage hits. Not a problem. Turn 10, so now we can shift Renoa and do her shifted LB. We can get to the Apocalypse capping again. Let's see, let's go ahead and Imperil again with you. Unfortunately, Hawkeye's Crown Imperil is only a one-time per fight. It cannot be refreshed ever, which is really goofy, but that's the way it is. So at this point, we only have a 130 Dark Imperil from Hawkeye, which is unfortunate, but it is what it is. I don't actually know what killers Fina does, but yeah, I'm almost certain it's not Aqua Killer, so who cares? Okay. So now we can start capping with Renoa again. So 26% remaining, 4 turns to go. We've still got a turn of capping with Hawkeye coming. Let's go to the base form and do his base form LB for the Dagger Imperil. How long does that last, out of curiosity? 5 turns? Perfect. Alright, okay, we can't do that. So now it is time for Quad Apocalypse, which is Very fun and exciting to cap. Okay, so here we go. And we're going to wait for the screen to flash white, and then we're going to send the chainers a split moment later. I think I did it properly. 1, 2, 3, 4. The tentacles are not at risk of dying at all, so we're fine there. I mean, we're going to refresh that field, because why not? Whatever. Okay, so 3 turns to do 19%. That is definitely going to be a little tight. We do have Renoa coming in. Hawkeye is going to be capping on a future turn. The SLB is now ready again. So, yeah, we're going to be capping next turn with Hawkeye. Let's see. Come on, Fina. Let's do this. Renoa is going to Apocalypse again. We are doing the cooldown chain on turn 12. We'll be doing it again on turn 15. Okay, so chain, or Apocalypse, I should say. After it flashes, we do this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh my god. 13, 14, 15. No, we have 3 turns of damage to go, so I think I'm 99.99% certain we're fine. I wish I had a way to fill up Renoa's LB gauge, though. So we're capping Hawkeye this turn. His crowned cooldown is right. He's got like 4,500 modifier or something, but he is a dual wield unit, so he doesn't have any variance, so it's not as good as you might think. Let's go ahead and re-imbue just in case it wore off. I don't know if it did or didn't, but I'm going to be completely safe here. Okay, so Renoa, do this. Wait for the screen to flash a little bit. And Hawkeye after that. That should be a respectable chunk of damage. Oh, yeah, we got 2 turns to go. Super good. We're gonna do a 14 turn clear. This is gonna be beautiful. Okay. And alright. Let's see. So we're re-imperil with you. Let's see. We're back in the base form with Renoa. We'll just do this for the hell of it. There's no way we're gonna fill Renoa's LB for another. There's no way. We'll just like normal attack dual wield for tag chaining. Whatever. It's fine. Okay, so we'll start this to build the chain mod, I guess. And chain it up. There it is! 14 turn clear, all missions. No, we did not all missions. 2 out of 3 missions. We did the 15 turn clear mission, and we didn't use items yet again, although we could have. So here's the party we use. So passive provoke, not evasion. You don't want any evasion. You want her to die every turn to the physical attack in phase 1. So full passive provoke. Some Esper Fill, and then just some mana regen. And she's on Phoenix for the auto or the self re-raise that she's casted every turn. And in phase 2, she's basically just like free, do whatever you want. Passive provokes all the imperils. Dark Fina is the whole party is, other than Water Veritas, is 100 water resist. So that is so that we immune all the AoE water attacks. There's no AoE imperils. Other than that, some mana regen, and she just does dark support. Yeah, dark support. Renoa is geared for damage in both forms. So base form is geared for LB damage, dark range card. Unfortunately, I only have 1 copy of Equip Whip, so she can't use the good imperil. 175 Aqua, 250 LB, 6600 Magic. That's the base form. We only did the LB 1 time the whole fight. Shift form is geared for Apocalypse. So 175 Aqua Killer, 7,600 Magic. Again, no Rod or Throwing Imperil, which is big sad face. But, she does the Imperil field, which is very critical for this boss because the boss has like 200% innate Dark Resist. Hawkeye in the Shift form is geared for capping. He can only cap once per 4 turns. He's a dual wielder. His attack is really bad, so his damage is going to be poop. But we'll see. We'll stay in the damage report in a moment. Maxed Aqua, 6,300 attack power, and he does have double dagger, and then base form is just LB fill for the modifier boost. Titus in the base form is geared for maxed Aqua, double-handed Dark Whip, because we don't want to have to imbue if we don't have to. So double-handed Dark Whip for the Fina synergy, 8,100 attack power, maxed, I already said that, maxed Aqua. And he has 100% water resist naturally. By the way, again, everyone's got 100% water resist in both forms. We didn't use the shift form, so there we go, Knight's a Grand Shell card. And then Unable to, built me one as well. His is EX3, so, you know, big boy. 9,400 attack power, double-handed Dark Whip. He's got Auron's STMR. I don't have a single copy of Auron on JP, so I don't have that. It makes me feel real bad. Maxed Aqua Killer, Knight's card, and there we go. Let's see the damage report. So 14 turn clear out of the 15 allowed. So not too bad. Now I can just go back and like drop one of these units and drop Renoa or something and just do a slower clear for the other mission, which I'll do at some point. Damage report. Oh my god. So Renoa did 1.8, and again, every spec matters. Like it really does. All the damage matters. So Renoa did 1.8. Hawkeye, his shitty cooldown has a 4-turn cooldown. That's his only damage. And it's he can't chain because no one has absolute mirror of equity chaining. So all he can do is his one-hit capper once per 4 turns. But he was the Dark Breaker, which is a really big deal. He did 1 billion. My EX2 Titus 5.8, and then the Friends EX3 7.2. So yeah, a little bit tight. Probably could have been possible with an EX2 Friend. But yeah, so there we go. The next killer is Dragon Killer. So the next race trial will be a dragon. So okay, there was the 15 or 14 turn clear on hard mode. Okay, see you next time.